Hi guys, Harry here, and I was just watching some of the um, Doctor Who season 1 episodes, and I came across the Empty Child and the Doctor Dancers, which I think are amazing episodes and exactly what Christopher Eccleston's Doctor needed to for his Doctor. He needed a time where everyone lived basically, and I think he did that episode does it perfectly for him and really creates him like the win, like you can see how happy he is. So I decided to do this video of the Doctor Who episodes where no one or hardly anyone dies. Now, as you've probably seen from the title of this video, that is not what this video is. I came across a couple of episodes where I thought, yeah, this might fit into the time, like the video of where no one dies or hardly anybody dies. But I came across a lot of outliers, which I didn't know whether they would fit into that or not, which is what these are. These are the top stories where the storyline gets undone by the end of the episode. And the first one that turned me on to this was Father's Day. Father's Day is a episode where Rose Tyler wants to go back to the day, the time, the hour, the second, the minute of when her father died, and be with him to comfort him while he's dying, and then just disappear just before the ambulance gets there. So there will be someone with him there when he dies, because otherwise he just dies on his own. Now, we have this, and Pete Tyler steps out of his car. Rose is there, but she can't see it through and runs away. But the doctor says, okay, we can go back once more, but you can't go there before she runs off. However, Rose intervenes and decides to save her father's life. And the Reapers come, and they just eat anyone who, well, anyone really. I think Mickey's mum gets eaten. A couple of kids in the playground get eaten. I think the groom's father gets eaten. A lot of people get eaten. Eventually, even the Doctor gets eaten when Rose creates another paradox by holding her younger self. And Pete notices this and sees the car driving outside the church. He's like, I know what I have to do. Runs out and kills himself, basically. Runs out in front of the car that killed him, and he gets killed again. This time, Rose, goes there, comforts him while he's dying, and there is only one thing changed in this story. The reason Rose went to, see her father die is because her mother said there was no one there, and she wished there was someone there. And this time, she gets her memory kind of like is weird because she wouldn't have gone back to, but anyway, she gets her memory kind of rewritten to say there was a blonde hair girl there, which was her, say with Pete before he died, just comforting him. So in Father's Day, there is really only one thing changed since the Doctor comes back and everyone else comes back who was eaten by the Reapers. Next, we have Journey to the Centre of the TARDIS. Journey to the Centre of the TARDIS is basically a passion project of Stephen Moffat, where he wanted to just go through every room in the TARDIS and see a lot of different things. There are a lot of cool things there and a lot of different rooms, but we are kind of limited on what we see because the TARDIS is possibly limitless, and that can't be shown in a TV show because obviously we have limits in our world. But it's really cool. There's a bond between Clara and the Doctor, and we get to see more of why she is the Impossible Girl, even though she doesn't know it, and we learn this later in Name of the Doctor. And we also get to see like a kind of like brotherly rival, and also eventually not being like competition isn't the only thing. You should be nice to your family, and you shouldn't just be out for yourself. And it basically just gets restarted. hit of a big red friendly button, and the episode is like it's never even happened. The only thing that changes, and it's not even the Doctor and Clara, it's this brother being more friendly to his brother who he pretended to be an android. You know, if you don't understand it, go and watch the episode Journey to the Centre of the TARDIS, because it's quite cool. But you know, I don't do it justice by just like really. It is just a reset, though. Only one thing changes of someone being nice to his brother. Next, we have Last Christmas, which is actually quite a good Christmas special. A lot of people don't like to, you know, see the 12th Doctor and Clara together, especially towards the end of their tenure. But I think Last Christmas is actually quite a good episode. The main story follows like some dream crabs like latching onto people, and Santa Claus coming to team up with the Doctor. But I think it's a pretty good episode. However, the main story is that there are these dreaming crabs and they latch onto people, and they just put them into a dream state. And the Doctor says, how come you only have 4 manuals when there's 8 crew members, 4 asleep, 4 awake? And he manages to wake them up because they realise that they're the ones in the dream, but they manage to wake up. And then the Doctor's like, yeah, that's it, okay, let's go. And he's like, oh no, wait, I missed the obvious. And then it's, well, the Doctor and Clara are also in a dream, and the people in the base are in a dream, but then they're in a dream, and by working together with Santa Claus, they manage to wake up, and they don't remember a thing only other than the Doctor and Clara, meaning that the main plot we thought it was didn't exist in the first place. So it's just like, well, the title of the episode, the story is undone. Like at the end of the episode, like the main plot we thought wasn't even the plot, really. And next we go into Last of the Time Lords. Last of the Time Lords is the end of season finale, end of season 3 finale, and is when the Master has taken over the Earth and ordered the Toclafane, which are the humans from the future, to kill the human race, and he made a paradox machine so that they could kill the end of the human race without them ceasing to exist. So Martha travels the world for a year, trying to gather like parts of a gun to kill the Master. However, he captures her, destroys the gun, and then sentences her to like execution in front of the Doctor. However, she reveals that she was traveling the world telling people about the Doctor, and that's how the episode is saved. The Doctor has tuned himself into the psychic network and basically becomes like God to stop the Master's plans, really. And he orders Jack to destroy the paradox machine, which in turn gets rid of the Toclafane and rewinds the Earth a year, being that the only thing of consequence happened is that the President of the United States died, because he was on the ship as the aliens were coming on board, and they decided to kill him because, you know, the Master wanted him dead and he wanted to be in power. So the only people that remember it are the Master, the Doctor, and his companions. So, you know, to the whole world, it is undone. So next we go into the Wedding of River Song. The Wedding of River Song is a lot. The Doctor literally says like everything happened at once, or if you prefer, nothing happened at once. And due to a kiss in that timeline, the timeline is destroyed. It never happened, which is where we start that Doctor Who episode. So that timeline that we started the episode in is undone by the end of the episode, and the only people that can remember it are the Doctor and his companions, which is like a lot of the video episodes I've mentioned on this list, which definitely earns it a place in this video. Next we have Turn Left. And this is like a kind of unstuck body type like reality or time travel thing in a universe where the Doctor died facing the Rachnos and Donna wasn't there to stop him. So in this one, we see what would have happened to the world if the Doctor hadn't been there to, you know, stop all the disasters that happened, all the invasions that happened in the coming years. That where, you know, Donna was there to, and Martha was there to help him, you know, save the world. However, by the end of the episode, Donna goes back to her own reality, and that reality doesn't exist. Like, as soon as Donna dies from that reality doesn't exist. I mean, I suppose it goes into the reality we've known forever, but in the end, the actions of all that are undone. Like, the same thing that Donna did all those times earlier where she, you know, that set her on the path to meet the Doctor, is done in this episode, but just a longer way where Donna didn't do it, but then did do it. So it's really undone by the end of it. And as we have the Big Bang, as you can see, this is a whole new restarting of the universe. The Big Bang is the thing that started the universe, and this is a second Big Bang where the universe literally gets restarted. They go back, obviously, in the story to the Roman times, and the Doctor gets locked in the Pandorica. Amy dies, but then gets healed in the Pandorica after Rory frees the Doctor, in which the Doctor frees himself. But, you know, wibbly wobbly, timey wimey. So, basically the whole part of the story is that the universe is dying, and the only hope rests with Amelia Pond, and then Amelia Pond eventually dies, and then it's just left with Amy, Rory, River, and the Doctor. And the Doctor fakes his own death, kind of. He was shot by a Dalek, but manages to get to the Pandorica to literally restart the universe, in which the last series we saw never actually happened. Yes, it never actually happened. That whole series didn't really happen. The Russell T Davies series before it never happened. Maybe even the Doctors Who stories before that never happened. This is a completely whole new universe in which not only that episode gets undone, but all the years of character building before it really get undone, so the Doctor can start with a new slate, and Stephen Moffat can reintroduce new monsters that he wants to reintroduce. Which is why I think this is the main episode where the whole episode just gets undone. Let me know down in the comments below if you like this video, so don't forget to subscribe, leave a like and comment down below if I missed anything or any other episode you think should have been in this video. And I'll catch you in the next one.